Hello, Eagle parents. Hey, it's been a while since we've done a video update, but some time's gone by, and we're getting near the end of the semester, so we wanted to keep you updated with some things. I've went ahead and linked in the exam schedule and process for you guys in case you can't find yours. I sent out previously, but I'll also link in the email for you. Um, Obviously, the exams are optional for students, as you remember from the last video update I gave you. However, those students who are opting out of the exam need to complete the survey that each of their teachers is sending out to them. Okay, so it's probably linked on the teacher's Canvas page, but it's a quick Google form, and it just basically acknowledges whether or not they're taking the exam. This is important so that the teachers can have the time to plan appropriately and know what they're going to be in for as far as preparing the number of exams and assessing those exams. So please encourage your student, if they haven't done so, to complete that survey for each class. Okay. For those students taking exams in person, you have to be on time. Okay. It's important that you show up on time at the scheduled time for your exam. Um, and for those students who are taking their test remotely, we know a lot of you have classes scheduled at the same time. So you have to work that out with the individual teachers as far as when you will take their exam if you choose to take those exams. Teachers have time available and they have most of the day on Friday to give those exams too. So please keep that in mind. January 4th, as you've probably learned from Dr. Dearman, that will be a remote planning day for the district. What that means is students are not in attendance and they don't have any academic responsibilities that day. So that's an extra day of quote vacation for you guys and your family. So teachers will be here though. They'll be working on planning for second semester. Um, Mrs. Caslett, our athletic director, wanted me to include a note about team practices. She's gotten a lot of emails about when will basketball start up. And I'm going to be completely honest with you, basketball will not start up or any other team activities, wrestling either, until after the first of the year. So we're still waiting on guidance from the Illinois High School Association, and the IHSA is still waiting on guidance from Governor Pritzker. As you know, obviously we're still in Tier 3, so until that changes, team practices won't be happening here. Um, Next up on the agenda, number 4, Dunlap Gives Back. A lot of you are aware, and a lot of you have made generous contributions and donations to our Dunlap Gives Back program. And what that is we basically warehouse a bunch of food, clothing, toiletries, and any other items that families may need for those students and families who need those items. And I mean, it's a particularly tough time right now. And we have a lot of items in stock that we're happy to share with families that may need them, or students that may need them. So if you're one of those families or if you're one of those students, you can set up those arrangements to have whatever you need by emailing Mrs. Windsor. And I've copied her email here in the video, and I'll do that again in the email link. But all these donations are anonymous, and we're happy to give that. But normally this time of year, we're running low on that stuff. But I'm not sure if because people don't have access to DHS or they're just not aware. But we have plenty to give. So we encourage you, if you need something, then contact Miss Windsor, and we'll try to make sure your needs are met. Okay. Um, Textbook returns. So if you're a student that has a semester-long class and that class is ending this semester, you will not take the second part of that class next semester. We need to have you return your textbooks. Okay, please do so by the end of the semester. It's critical that we get those inventoried and cleaned so they're ready to go out next semester to the next group of students. If you need that textbook to study for your exam, then we will need you to return that on January 4th so we can, again, process it, inventory it, and make sure we can have that available for the next students in the next semester. Okay, so that's important that we do that. And lastly, I saved the COVID numbers for last. Please keep in mind these numbers go back to November 23rd, prior to Thanksgiving break. That was a short week, so we didn't report out on those numbers. But now we have the numbers there. We have 5 positives, 49 quarantined, 22 excluded, and 97 have returned in that time. So please keep in mind that if we have a positive, that doesn't always mean that we're going to have a bunch of kids quarantined. So our teachers have done a good job when they can of spreading those students out in the class. So even if a class has 15 students, we may not need to quarantine anybody else if that student's further than 6 feet away. So we've been really mindful about that, trying to uh, practice the social distancing as the best we can, and do all the mitigation practices that we can to avoid quarantining excess students. So we're not always successful in that, but we have taken measures to do the best we can with that. And our cleaning services have been doing a wonderful job. Just so you know, not only are our custodians cleaning, but our outside company that we contract, for instance, they did it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, came back Saturday, and they did it again, DHS, that is, prior to or during the week of Thanksgiving, and then that weekend preceding it. So we've had deep cleanings. We are wearing our mask in the building, and our students, for the most part, in the building, in the classrooms, are social distancing where we can. So, without further ado, hey, it's been a long semester. We're getting near the end of it. I know that everybody's anxious to see their families, and I hope you're able to, under the circumstances. But other than that, hey, we wanted you to know what was going on. And as always, email me if you have questions. Until then, you stay healthy and you stay classy, Dunlap. Thank you.